Salutations Mortals, and welcome back to From the Jump. Today we have a really special artist with us. This man, this creative, is Vuyo. And when I met him, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna get back into that. We'll first let him tell you exactly who he is. Vuyo, let the people know who you are, brother. And thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you as well. My name is Will. I'm a rapper, producer, and also a co-founder of a creative collective called North Off, based in Norway. And now we're slowly starting to establish something in South Africa as well, which has been like my passion project for the last year.
Nice.
Which is going to be amazing, just to work with like creatives from like South Africa and Namibia and also Norway, just to connect those two worlds that I live in.
Exactly. So as I didn't say anything about it yet, but this man Vuyo is actually Namibian. For those of you that don't know.
No.
Oh, okay, wait, not Namibian.
Namibian.
Sorry. I mean Namibian roots. He has Namibian roots. You know, I claim everybody that's Namibian in any way as Namibian, bro. Like, you know, Charlize Theron is Namibian too, because her mom is Namibian. I said, shall we go? No, but please correct me to the people. Let them know what's the real deal.
No, like my mom's, she's from Norway, and she worked for the Namibian Association of Norway in Zambia, in Nyango and Lusaka. That's where she met my father. He was and still is an ANC comrade. So when they met, like mom's just fell in love with Africa. And like we've been traveling to Namibia for like almost every year. But now it's been a couple of years since I've been.
Yeah.
And then she got a job in NAM, working for the same NGO that she worked for in the 80s.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like a full circle thing.
Yeah. But the beauty,
and you know, let me just tell you one funny story. Is during exile, Sam Nujoma and all of them were there, and like when my mom got pregnant with my father, like it was like, you know, the Namibians and the South Africans, they were friends, but there was still a bit of like competition there. And when Sam Nujoma found out that Moms was pregnant with a South African, he called a meeting. And he called all the comrades in and he said, how are you guys going to liberate a country if you can't even get a white woman pregnant?
No, but for real, I always thought that you were either born here or that one of your parents were Namibian.
Honorary Namibian.
Oh no, that for sure. No. I mean, you're one of the artists, one of the few artists that I can say, because I don't really feature a lot on people's stuff, unless it's like Black Vulcanite featuring whoever or something like that. But we've actually made myself and you one track together, just the two of us, and then as BV and Vuyo, there's a couple out.
Many. And we still have some in the jams. You know what, Nico?
Oh, that's
I'm
true.
gonna let you release that one. I'm gonna let you release that one, because that one, Here We Go, is amazing.
Before we get into the questions, you know, because I mean that's why we're here in interviews. But I always wanted to tell you, you know, the reason that I actually built this whole Hoodlum Studios thing and went on the journey of looking to buy equipment and all was you. When we did, we recorded. And also why I wanted it to be like a mobile studio was because of the way we recorded Go. Remember when we recorded Go? Back in, when was that?
Beautiful.
Wow, 2014?
16, 18, 16,
I can't,
18.
nah, bro.
18.
Can't be.
When did you go to China?
I went to China in 2016. And,
okay,
and
then it
Go
was 15
was,
then.
It can't be. It's gotta be 14,
Let
bro.
me just
Alright,
check.
cool. I'm gonna check it on. You just out here telling me, no, it can't be, man.
No, maybe, I don't know. 6 years.
Yuri's place was 4 years ago. That one was 4 years ago. And then, man, where's Go? I can't even find it on your page.
15 then. It has to be 15 or 14 out.
15, 14, somewhere around there. But anyway, so when we recorded that, the fact that we did it, most of it was recorded outdoors. You know, we were sitting in a bright area. When I actually saw the end product, I was like, nah, man, this man got some other things that I need to find out how. And then we started having the conversations around latency of microphones and all that. And I just wanted to let you know, man, thanks a lot for sparking that in me to be like, yo, go get your own equipment, bro.
No, but it's important to have that, like, to be able to just record on the go.
Yeah.
Just to be able to just do it. Like now, I've been like lucky enough to have like a proper studio with like all this crazy equipment, but still, like I prefer just to record like in a room with like people, because it's something about that authenticity of
the energy,
it just being, it's I hate that word, but it's a vibe. But it's something about it, like it's just people around. And like when we did go, man, that was one of the funniest sessions I think I've ever had, because it was just people around and you just feed off the energy. You had like the girls came, the homies came, and like you just fed off their vibes as well, and also Yuri's liquor.
That was true. Like Yuri just kept buying us booze. He was like, "Yo, you guys wanna?" And why were we always just rolling around? Like we had nothing. Was it holiday? What was going on? Was it December time? Whoever's place, start drinking, and then music starts happening. Which brings me to my first point, right? So the reason we're doing all of this is, to show people behind the curtain of the creative industry, different industries, of course. As you just so rightly said, you're not only a rapper, you're a producer, but also you're a creative businessman. You're an entrepreneur, looking at ways to expand your base of music and your reach of music throughout the world. I mean, from Norway to South Africa. That's it's like a Cape to Cairo type movement. Only you taking it further, which I'm loving. But so what I'm trying to get at is, in order to show people this, I gotta ask you some questions, of course. And some of these questions are fun. Some of them are, out there, but some of them are really serious, because we are here to help people, gauge certain things when it comes to the creative industry, because they do see the end product, and it's a great product. They love the end product, but they have no clue what goes through the sacrifices to get to that product, And that brings me to the story we were talking about just before we started the interview, when I had to stop you and be like, no, we need to get this on the convo where people can see it. Please let me know about the situation in Norway, in Oslo, with COVID-19 and trying to make music.
It's been crazy. Like the first night, like when I told you, like it was just ghost town. Like I took the subway home, ghost town. I've never seen Oslo like this, even like in like peak holiday seasons when people are out of town or out of the country.
Or traveling.
But like now, it's just been like weird, because all the festivals have been canceled. You can't play shows, which is, of course, it's great, because people like health before anything.
True.
But it's also been like, like, when are we going to be able to play a show again? Are we going to be able to play in 2020? Or are we talking like mid-2021? And then you had like just a bunch of people doing these live concerts, and the market was just over flooded with people playing concerts in their living room. And then you had firms doing it bigger, and it's just been like this crazy, like you've just been in a limbo. And then like me and my partners, we just sat down and we said, like, we need to be sure that when this ends, we're on top of everything. So now we have to change course of this ship, because we had like 2020 planned out to like the T.
Exactly.
like me and Old Burger Beats, we're releasing on Jakarta Records. We're finishing up this EP. Like we had everything planned. Now I'm sitting there, I'm sleeping, I'm fucking having nightmares. But now we've kind of like, okay, let's just find all these great creatives that we know and tell them like, yo, we can release the music through us. Let's do it quickly. Let's have like a quicker turnaround.
Agreed. Yeah, yeah,
If
I
if
get you.
you can be as self-sufficient as like all these other indie artists, because I think that's the people that we work with. They have to be self-sufficient. Like they have to be able to bring home the bread, the butter, and the bacon. So
Exactly.
so like now we've just like I've called all the homies, and now we have like shit tons of music like that's in the pipeline, which is just wonderful to see. And now we have like
But you
like
see, and
nine.
that's that creative, business aspect that comes into it. It's that thought of, look, man, either we sit here for who knows how long and hope that we can just plug back in, or we adapt. We adapt to what's going on right now and move with it, so that when it shifts up, there is something that we can then build around. Because a lot of people don't understand
100%.
that look, we don't have a vaccine, right? Without a vaccine, it means that Corona can keep coming back and back and back and back. So social distancing is going to be a real part of life now until that vaccine comes out. So it's not going to go back to the way things were. It's impossible. But moving forward, if you don't adapt, you will die. Yes, as any organization or entity, you need to adapt to this. And hence, here we are having interviews, and this is the thing. I truly believe that, just to throw in my own 2 cents before I continue with your questioning, is that in this time, we've realized so many things that we could have done before that we weren't doing. And the tools were there. Look at this. I mean, I could have been interviewing people now, creatives that I know around the world for over a year, more years, because Zoom's been there. There's been different things that we just didn't use because we just didn't, And in that, because you're such a creative and you push things so much, I'm going to start interrogating you. So I'm going to give you the first question. It's not even my question, right? It's not even my question. I have one homie that I really, is one of those guys that I'm like, you're such a hip hop head. If you could ask one question, but not just to hip hop artists, what would it be? And he came back, and he was like, ask him this. So I'm hitting on you like this, right? In light of events and concerts likely being canceled for the next few months or the next year, what revenue streams are you using or looking at to keep you afloat, or just to keep bread on the table? That's it.
Wow, that's a hard one. But like, I don't know. Like I think instead of thinking of September 2020, let's rather think of 2021, 22. So instead of thinking of the revenue stream for like a short span, because that's the same as making a hit record. Like a hit record is a hit in May, but people have forgotten about it in, let's say, in October.
Yeah.
Now you had like a crazy amount of stream, a crazy amount of revenue, but I think that we need to build a catalog, have that catalog just expanding every month, and just try and make great music, because that's the only revenue stream that you can have. Is great music, is great art. But like merchandise, like now we're doing a vinyl.
Yeah.
But like you never know with these things. I just think that you need to make sure that this thing won't last forever, but make sure that the product that you're making while this thing is like just on top of us, like an ozone layer. Make sure that the product that you're going to release at the end of this is better than everybody else in the room. And like what we've been working on now is we've called it like artist empowerment. To empower the artist. Like I don't want to sit there, like for instance with like Mark, like now we're releasing Mark's solo stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like, rather than me taking like North of taking a huge percentage off him, let's rather build, because Mark is a tech genius. Like Mark can write bars. Like Mark is the only guy that can get me in the studio and be like, poof, I need to like up the ante a bit. And like now, let's just rather empower him in this situation.
Mhm.
Let's rather empower Life of Puffin. Let's rather empower all these creators that we have, and let's just build like a fundament. Like let's just build a house that can withstand COVID-19, that can
And
withstand
beyond.
all these and beyond, because COVID-19 is just like the first bump in the road.
And you know, it's very commendable what you guys are doing, because a lot of these cats, I mean, people do know about them, but in it, you're also exposing that music and that collective, let me put it like that, you know, of creatives to so many other people, because indie is indie. We all love indie, but it also only goes as far as it goes. You know, it's like word of mouth type of thing sometimes. You know, that's kind of how I would gauge it. Is like how far you can get your reach to move your message, or the word about your product is all lovely. But with an engine behind you that is actually a collective of creatives and different, you know, circles and things and networks that come into play, that reaches places you can't just go on your own unless, you know, somehow you have a mass injection of cash or something. But it's crazy. It's crazy to think about it. Which brings me to my next question for you, right? Because as creatives, we do take a lot of chances. But what's the one chance, you know, that you never took that you wish you did?
Regrets is something that I don't have.
All right. Which is also, you know, another thing. How do I say it? For me, it's always an opportunity cost type of thing, you know. It's not so much regret, which I can understand from people's point of view. It's like you saying, it's I don't regret not taking a chance, because not taking that one led me to another one type of thing. So I totally understand that. But again, that's a creative choice, you know. It's a creative choice to look at it like that. Other people would be like, man, there's so many I didn't take, and I wish I took all of them, and that's how it goes. But it's not reality. That's not a realistic way to look at it, I guess.
But I also think that like you need to, like, of course there are chances that like you wouldn't have ended up where you are if you didn't like say no to this, yes to this, no to this, yes to this. But like I think it's all part of the process, like to be able to stand there, like I've been such like a perfectionist with everything that I've done. Like I wouldn't let people listen to anything until it was like 100% done. Like, and that I think maybe is like the one thing that I regret, that I would just like, fuck it, like release it. Because you can sit there and script these verses, and like I know that I'm good at writing lyrics, and I know that I'm good at writing in general, but sometimes I've just been there like, man, I'm not happy with that one line, and that's one line out of like 100 lines in a song.
Exactly. And that one line's gonna hold it all the way up.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like, but that one line is not like the iceberg that's gonna sink the Titanic. Like that one line is not like, people are not gonna sit there and be like, oh man, did he just say that whack shit? No, like people, like I think we as creatives as well, we think that the whole world is watching us.
Yeah, all the time.
When in fact nobody's watching us at all. So we sit there and think that we are this holier than thou personalities, and we like sit there and like, man, I'm gonna plot out this album. I'm gonna have like this digital thing happening, this thing. And then you release your song and nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
For instance, and nobody sees the vision. But instead you should have just like kept flowing them with music, like overflowing them with music until they care. And then you can go in and be like, look at this master plan.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's only one Kanye West of each generation, or one whoever.
Well, I don't know if there's only one. I think there's only one that people pay attention to. There's one that people pay attention to, but there's many. I mean, I've always said, okay, but that's my personal opinion. You know, I've always said that Donald Glover is the genius that we claim Kanye West is. But that's my own personalness. You know, it's just because of how creative that man is and how far he spans. His creativity is
Kanye, I'm done with him.
Let's not even go to that topic.
Yeah.
Because I got another one for you, right? So this is the one. This is the most important question of all time, right? It's the one that I truly care about. I don't give a fuck if nobody else cares about it. But superheroes or supervillains, which one are you choosing? Also understand that anti-heroes like Wolverine, Deadpool, those guys, and Spawn. Okay, Spawn's a villain for me as well. They all fall under villain. They ain't those motherfuckers ain't heroes, right? So, superheroes, supervillains, which one you choosing and why? Not which hero, just which category.
I don't know. Like, isn't that in Batman? Dark Knight Rises, where he says like you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Yeah. So I don't know, like, you know,
you either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Yeah. AKA Robert Mugabe, bruh.
Yeah, Robert Mugabe, like people, like, you know, like even Nelson Mandela at some point, like Madiba, like people are now angry at him, like Obama, like you see, we glorify these people as being like the best there is, and then you just man, like me now with like Kanye, like shit, I've been like he's been my superhero for so long, and now he's like the super villain. So I don't know. I guess super villain, because that
you
means
just told me that you about the superheroes, bro.
No, but I think if I turn into a super villain, that means I was somebody's superhero at one point.
Unless you started off as a villain. Look at Thanos, bro. He's my hero though. Thanos was right. No, but good answer. I actually like that answer. You know why I like that answer? I like that answer because you internalized that answer. It wasn't like a generic, you know, I like villains because ABC. You literally internalized it and thought about why you would choose supervillains over superheroes. Like, I'm always rooting for the villain. I'm always rooting for the villain because mostly they the fucking underdog. Nobody's ever rooting for them. So, wait, I'm gonna throw you with one more though. Right? But this is more of a personal. It's not even on the list, so I'm just look you straight in the face, and I'm gonna ask you, right? With this creative industries that we are in, you know, we've all gone through stages of growth, stages of upsets, stages of sacrifice, stages of, you know, things we don't want to tell people because telling them would show a kink in our armor, you know? Like you said, we've got that whole holier than thou, I gotta be perfect all the time. You know, I can't be caught slipping, no half stepping in the game, all of those, you know, sayings that we go by. But with all of that said, in this creative journey of yours, you know, what was that? Did you ever have a time when you were like, I think I can't do this no more. I think I'm done. I think
twice a week.
Yeah?
Twice a week, bro. Twice a fucking week. Like I can sit there like in the studio, like, because I had like it was dry. It was a month there when like I would be in the studio, and because like for the last like 5-6 years, like I don't write.
Yeah.
I just sit there and I mumble and it comes out. And I would sit there in the studio and I would be like, man, it's nothing. It was not like, it was just like these generic bars, like, it was horrible. And like you had this pressure of like, okay, now like you're being released on like Jakarta with like some of your idols
actually, yeah.
Like Kate Renata, Anderson Park, Tom Misch, Illa J, like the homie Ivan Ave from Oslo as well, or from Norway. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, it was dry. And then I was like, fuck this shit. Let me just be a fucking exec. Like let me just step back, release this thing, and just be in it, like work, like back office. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, like it's just hard, but it's about shooting. It's about practicing. It's about always trying to score.
Yeah, it's about jumping off that cliff again, right?
Yeah, jumping off that cliff. Like you can't be scared, because then like if I don't try and write at least like a song a day, I will never become better. because it's in those like periods where when I'm in the studio every day that I make the greatest songs.
Yeah.
Like imagine like JC's The Blueprint was written in like the majority of it one weekend.
And yo ass just released a brand new single, right? And it's bananas, bro. I gotta say, when I heard that just now, oh my God. Like, just let the people know, because all right, before you let them know what's going on, let me blow up what's going on a bit. All right. Your voice on a beat, the way your beat selection works and the way that you flow on beat, right? It's fucking like, it's like magic, bro. It's like butter and toast. You know why? There's only one other artist that I get the same feeling from, right? And it's Skyzoo. It's almost like you're using your voice as an instrument in a jazz orchestra. You know, it's fucking ridiculous. It's like, what? And that, just the skill of being able to do that and the time that it must have taken to be able to carve that lane for yourself where you feel comfortable enough to be like, yeah, I can write this like this. I'm another instrument. I'm not just here to, you know, be on the beat. I'm with the beat. The beat is with me. Like, talk to me, my brother. Let these people know.
No, but I think it's been part of like a journey of understanding that like the music that I like it's not generally like rap. Like I love a guy that can rap, but I always look at it like let me do like a sports metaphor. It's like Cristiano Ronaldo, for instance. He's good in so many aspects of it. He's not only like a good shooter of the ball, but he can dribble, he can sprint fast, he can tackle, like he can head, like jump, like he can do all these things.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to try and be as well, like to be as versatile when it comes to like this. I know I can rap. I know I can be like the guy that goes da, like just rap with people. But then I also want to see like, okay, but what if like I flow like this? What if I try and blend in and have like the one thing that I love is when like my words have this melody to them, just like the way you pronounce it is a melody. And then if I can like counter that one with maybe the same sibilance or the same something that I can just have.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
And it just keeps flowing.
Build like, and just build it like that and have the flow off kilter, but at the same time, like, I don't know. It's
and
just
it's
something about.
But it's like finding your pocket, but while you're in your pocket, you're really enjoying your pocket. You're like, damn, let me bounce with it. Let me bounce with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you're like a little kid in a candy store again. You're like, damn, yes, man. Let me go have fun with it. And that is also what I think adds to the OCD-ness of trying to make sure the shit is as perfect as can be. You know, because you're so in that vibe. You're like, nah, man, I know I can do this. Like, it's going to be fire. I can't just let it, you know, be a little summer. It's got to be fire up in this motherfucker. So, like, I think that's what adds to a lot of artists being it's also that thing of just trying to put your best foot forward all the time. You know, it's like this is gonna represent me. I put this out there. What the fuck, man? Like, if it's shit, it's always gonna be shit. I can't take it back. They heard it. It's shit now. You know. So it's also that type of thing. All right. So yo, I'm so bad with these interviews and time. Like, I know I told y'all it's gonna take 20 minutes, but it's a lie every time. Like, y'all just keep making me talk. All right, so okay, for real. Last question I'm gonna ask you, but before I do that, please plug yourself to these people. Let them know where they can get your music at, where they can get the rest of the collective for at, and also I need to know about, you know, old Burger Beats. Where y'all like link that, because that man's beats are ridiculous.
Like me and old Burger, we met like a couple of years ago. We played at the same, like it was like a hip hop bar, and we spoke, we connected, but nothing really happened. And then we played this music in industry festival here in Norway 2 years ago. And I just dropped my EP, the home cooked meals, and he just dropped his Mind games. How to say? Sorry, these titles, but and then I went down to see him because it's like another collective here in Norway called Mutual Intentions. Great guys, great music, and they had a night there as well. So I went down to catch them. Me and Oldberger linked up, decided, yo, let's just go to the studio.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're both back in Oslo. And we're just gonna do one song because I was traveling to Johannesburg in January. This was in October. We were supposed to go there to Jersey in January, or we did. And I just wanted like one song to have like that Jersey feel. And that's a song that we released called Enough for You, which is basically, you know, I talk about Wanaheda, I talk about Katatura, I talk about just like the journey from Or Tambo to like Jersey Center, and that song just turned out great.
Yeah,
we decided to do one more, and then suddenly we're sitting there and we have like 10 songs, and then we're like, man, we should do EP maybe. Like just trim down the fat and just have like 5 songs.
Yeah.
And then we just kept on going, and then suddenly now we have like 30 songs ish, give or take. And now it's going to be like a dub plate now that's coming out on the 29th of May on Jakarta Records, and then an LP that comes out also on Jakarta, but later this year.
Later on, yeah. So, but you see, that's the stuff I love. I love collaborations between artists that then turn into long-standing, you know, creative relationships where it's just a back and forth. It's like it's like playing cards, and all of a sudden it's just gems dropping out, you know. And in
but like for me, also.
No, go on. No worries. No, it's your interview.
No,
you talk. You want to talk.
Like the thing that's important for me when it comes to these creatives linking up, for me, it's so much more important to have the friendship aspect of it. Like for instance, like our brother Mark, like that's one of my best friends. Like that's my brother for life. You as well, Ali. Like you guys love friends. Like before anything, if we never make a song together ever again, we're still friends.
We're still friends, bro.
Yeah, and like all Burger Beats is coming here tonight with his girl, me and my girl, like
actual
together as like family.
Yeah,
like friends, and I don't. Like, I would much rather be in the studio with my friends or have my friends take a photo. Like Tom, for instance, that did the video for you guys.
Yeah, that was
like,
crazy.
I would much rather just like to be in with my friends than anybody else, because like if you stand on my shoulders, we're almost 4 meters tall.
Exactly.
And now we're also friends, so we will help each other out.
Exactly.
Because if you call me and say, Will, let's work, that shit weighs more than if another guy just calls me and said, Will, let's work.
Yeah. Because
I know you.
Exactly. There's a relationship here. And I totally agree. And you know, too few people actually look at it like that. Too few people realize that, look, it's in these different, you know, artistic things, you are trying to stand out and be yourself and all that, but that doesn't mean you got to be enemies with everybody else that's in the same lane or same industry, because it doesn't even make sense to make enemies like that. But hold on, that brings me to my next thing, actually my true final question. If you could give advice to these like up and coming rappers, creatives in any aspect on, you know, look, there was a time when you as Vuyo, of course, you always wanted to get on a label or onto the status of being able to release on something like Jakarta Records. I mean, that's every artist's dream, I would imagine, you know, to be able to do that. Before we all got into the industry and found out different things about labels and contract deals and all that, we all wanted to, like, oh my goodness, I also want to be on death row, you know, all those things. Even I'm not a rapper, I was trying to be on death row. but my point is, to that young creative, what would you say for their journey? Like, what would be your advice that you've gotten from your journey that you would be like, yo, man, this is some knowledge I'd impart to somebody?
Finish your breakfast and just like work consistently, find your voice, and like build a team around you. Because one thing that I've learned now is that I'm not the best at anything. I'm not the best at anything, but to get like these pieces of people make me the best version of myself. So like be able to understand that your vision is not the best vision always.
Yeah.
Like your idea has to be challenged. So by working with people that you can actually trust, you challenge those ideas, you challenge them to a point where you can accomplish something better. Back to what I was saying, that if you stand on my shoulders.
Exactly.
So for other creatives, just like build your path, ownership, take ownership in everything that you do, and learn. Like don't be the loudest one in the room when you're not the smartest one in the room. Listen, because like I have friends that have done this music shit for like that are 45, almost 50, and they've done this music shit or this creative shit for like 30 years.
Yeah.
Like that's a life.
You can't buy that knowledge.
Yeah, and if they speak, I listen. But of course, I will challenge their ideas as well. But like listen to them, because it's so many gems being told, like ownership, being able to, why should I part with 10% here if I can give that 10% to a friend that can do the exact same thing. But he actually knows my mom, which makes that which entails that he would actually go further than that guy that's only like knows
just
me
there for the 10%.
Like parties. yeah, like the same thing with like back to Mark. Like when we release him, like I put my blood in like Mark's shit because I know him.
Yeah,
I've seen him on his highs, I've seen him on his lows, and I would go further. So build that family. Like build that family and work.
That's damn straight,
ownership.
Man. That's damn straight. You gotta go in with ownership, man. That was one of, even as BV, when we started out that first contract, you know, when we went, that was our one thing, was we gotta own the creative, you know, part of it. We can't, once you give away, and that's why when people were coming out, yo man, I own my masters. We always owned our masters. Why would you, what you talking about, bro? That's what it is. You need that. But again, once you get into the game, the shining lights, you know, the parties, you know, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, the champagne's popping, you're in places you've never been, you'll be like, all right, that's how people sign contracts. I mean, that's
like on like in, because you have to leave, but let me just tell you this quick story. It was friends of mine that signed with an agency for like, I can't remember how much it was, but was like they paid them almost $30,000. And on the night, like when they signed the papers, they went out, like ate and drank, and the managers said, yo, guys, just go order whatever you want in that bar. And they were like, yo, this is amazing. Like, we have free booze. Not knowing that was their money.
Yeah, recoupment, bro.
So he was sitting there, the manager as well was drinking off their budget.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like it's just fucked up, because you go to these parties, they suddenly know you. Ah, man, it's Nico. And you realize that they only fuck with you because you're hot.
Yeah.
They don't mess with you because you're genuine, like that this, they only mess with you because you're the hot thing now.
Yeah.
So fuck them. go back to like the brothers, the sisters that you have and build around them. Because the glitz and the glamour, that shit disappears quick. You release one song that's not popping, or you have an art show that's not popping. Like people be like, man, forget about her, forget about him. Like it's just one thing that needs to go left before people forget about your name. Like
flashing lights, bro.
Like the core, the flashing lights.
It's killed a lot of people, like like things, because you don't know, and then once it happens, you're like, shit, I should have paid attention, and then you try to backtrack and you can't, because most of the time people that go to those lengths, they go all in, they jump all the fucking way off the building, and they tell people shit that you shouldn't come out of your mouth to your friends and family, you know what I mean? So now I definitely agree with you on all of that. Your core group, your core function, it's something a lot of artists need. They neglect a lot of the time, or creatives in general, man. I keep saying artists, but I mean creatives, because this is not just about rappers, poets, singers, musicians. Creatives. It's about creatives all over, because so many things happen that people don't understand, Unfortunately, we don't have hours upon hours. There will be another, if you have time, there will be another interview in the future, because this is season 1. We're going to have to do a recap where you catch up with everybody as we keep going. But as I say, it's about showing people, really, man, it's all good and well to see the end product. You love it. Like when we released Remember the Future, people were like, what is this? It's go crazy. But like the sacrifices that went into making that, into getting to Cape Town to go sign deals and shoot music videos and, sleeping on couches and all that, people don't see. They just see, I hope they're right. They just see, they see you on Jakarta and they're like, oh, nah, man, this man, he came out of nowhere. No, he didn't come out of nowhere. He's been doing his thing. You just wasn't paying attention from your side. But, and that's the creative journey that we go on. So thank you, my brother. Thank you for showing people, that so many other things matter just besides what you think in that creative process.
And also, if you see Mark, tell him to finish that verse. Before we leave, let me just tell you one. Like you can't scare him into being creative, because then he just starts. Because then suddenly we like, nah, man, I would rather much just read Marx's new like a re-edit of a Marx thing in French, and I finally get him to record 16 bars. Mark stops at 14. And he's like, nah, man, I'm not happy with it. I'm like, but Mark, let's just finish that shit. And then he's about to record. He looks down at his iPhone and said, no, Buyo, we got to travel because I have to go and fetch a mirror.
And that's Mark. That's the beauty of it.
That's Mark.
We know him like that. We know he's not gonna be like, look, man, just because you want me to do this shit, I'm not. No. It's like Ali. Ali's the same. Like if you can get Ali in that, he'll be sitting in studio. You'll be bobbing his head. You'll be like, yo, Ali, I need you to write right now. He's like, I'm not feeling it, bro. I love the beat. But right now, I just don't want to rap. That's it. You're not gonna get a verse that day. Go home, bro. And man, collaboration. That's the way forward. That's the word for this interview is collaboration, my people. So this has been From the Jump with Rio, the one, the only, and my brother. We will be waiting for north of SA. I'm guessing it's gonna be
it's happening
in the end of it.
I'm gonna send you a little documentary today.
All right, send it through. Send it through, my brother. You know how I do. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it almost immediately. But I gotta go to my next interview, so let me not kill that one.
Okay, blessings to all,
my brother.
All the people. And
thank you for coming through.
Send me some biltong, my brother.
From where? We on lockdown, my brother. Where do I even get biltong?
Hey, baby, bring me that strawberry or chicandela and rub my chest down real quick. Nah. Don't shake it. I like it clumpy.